Hello and welcome to Swedish Dennis. Today with a Volvo XC90 Recharge. What does recharge mean? It means batteries. It's not a fully electric car, but it's a hybrid. Let's test 390 horsepower. Engine is on, sport mode, batteries are still charged. Yeah, this is 100. Not bad. You have to think about it, this is a really heavy car. But I have to say, you hear the engine, of course, when you're putting your foot down, but it was faster than I thought. But it's always nicer to drive in a hybrid mode, because then you're driving quietly. Suspension is not too soft, but also not too hard, meaning this is a really bumpy road at the moment, but you don't feel uncomfortable. But what is also very important is you don't feel that it's too soft, because if it's too soft you don't feel safe in the car. On the right side you see what you need for the hybrid function. Then you have the normal engine. It's a gasoline engine. Together they have 390 horsepower. Volvo says you get 50 kilometers only on electric, which is a little bit hard to believe because it shows always 35 kilometers. So let's close it up and check out what we have some more. You have the Volvo typical T headlights, LED. They're both LED for the day driving and also for the night driving. You have a nice grille. You have also here, if you look, there's the camera for the parking. You have the winter tires with a little bit deeper profile, winter rims. You have a recharge logo here, tinted windows in the back, and on the driver's side you have the plug for the electricity. You just take it out, plug in your cable, and then you can charge the car. As I said, 50 kilometers is the amount Volvo says. I don't get it over 35. Let's open it up. Of course, this kind of car will have a huge trunk, as you can see. But since this is the 7-seater, actually you have 2 additional seats, even with cup holders and air vents. You have to climb in into the car to get it up here. But at the end you have a small seat for a child, for example. It should be fine enough. And if you want to fold it again, you just press here and it goes into the front. What else do we have? We have some crooks here in the car. As I said, for the back passengers, some cargo space. Underneath here you have the mat, but there's not so much space actually. But it's a huge trunk if you don't have the last 2 seats up. Okay, let's check out the back seats. So, in the back, quite a lot of space. I'm 196 and I have quite a lot of space. If I close the door, space for my arm. I have my own air conditioning unit, feeling luxurious. Yeah, not much to do here. I have a reading lamp. Ooh. And if you feel like the president and you don't want to be seen, you just put up your curtain, your privacy curtain. Of course, this limits you quite heavily on seeing what's happening outside. Some wood here, yes, nice color. In the middle, the armrest. Ooh, quite limited. 2 cup holders there. So when we enter the car, in the door we have of course the Harman Kardon sound system, quite good sound. I have to say, of course, standard Volvo steering wheel, there are no touch buttons, but they are actually push buttons. I like it more than all of these touch buttons. You can also adjust the distance from the car in front of you when on the autopilot. You have a fully digital cockpit screen in front of you. I don't know what the engine light actually is doing because I can't figure it out. It doesn't show anywhere in the menus, for example. Then in the middle you have, of course, a touch screen, quite nice. You just swipe through it. You have different kind of modes. Here you can, for example, see the different assistance systems, and it has quite a lot of them. This car is quite heavily equipped, yeah. Here you have, of course, like the quick buttons, for example, the map, but also a car status, where it actually doesn't say anything about the warnings. I really don't understand why there's a yellow light. The air conditioning also quite nice. You can adjust as you like. Temperature you do here on the display. You just push the temperature you would like to have. You will have to check that while driving, because normally this touch displays while driving, you know, when it's bumpy or anything, not as nice. You have also seat heating, of course, and you have the steering wheel heating in this car. Yeah, in the middle, the radio buttons and everything is manual. I like it because you can use it quite faster. Then what I really like is this Ohrenforsch glass automatic gear changer. Ohrenforsch is a known glass manufacturer here in Sweden, and they, I guess, made this glass gears changer. Yeah. And then actually the car, you start with this. It's not a push button, but you switch off and switch on the car by just turning it. You have the different drive modes here. You can scroll through them, and then you have, of course, the electric handbrake. You also have quite a lot of space when you open this. 2 big cups and also some more space. Of course, also the cigarette lighter, and here in the front you have another small thing. You have on the dashboard you also have some speakers. As I said, the sound is quite nice. The seats are Volvo usual, really comfy, nothing to complain about. You actually also have the big sunroof, and this is actually the 7-seater. So I will show you the seats as well. If we switch on the car, of course the display goes on and the car checks itself. Still the yellow engine symbol. I don't know what's going on. So let's go for a ride. Starting the engine with this weird knob, everything starts moving here. Put the Ohrenforsch glass gear shifter into D. And slowly going on. Quietly, because it's electrical. Into the back, the camera is quite small, or view you have is quite small, so you don't see so much. Even if you're driving on the engine, I would say it's very quiet. You don't hear the engine. We will test it in a second. A lot of bumps here. So at this moment I'm driving completely electrical. The car is fully charged. It shows 35 kilometers fully electrically. I'm driving 70. It's like flying over the road. You don't feel too much bumps or anything. So it's nicely or comfortably. Of course, you feel that it's a huge car, so you feel the weight of the car. That's for sure. Of course, driving a SUV is always a different feeling than if you're driving a sedan or a normal sport car, because you sit quite high, and every time you turn, the car goes a little bit to the side. So it's a little bit of a different type of driving, but really nice. Driving 90 at the moment, fully electrically. I can continue doing this the next 30 kilometers. The car was fully charged. Charging time is approximately 2 hours if you manage to give 7.4 kilowatt. If you put it into a normal socket in your home, then it will charge maybe in 8-9 hours. Overnight. It doesn't make sense to put it on a supercharger because the car will not charge faster. The hybrids, they have a limitation. Yeah, Volvo seats, it's I would almost say they are one of the best in the market. They're very comfortable, and you can go for long traveling, many hours, and you will not fear that you somehow have pain in your back, and so the seats are very, very nice. I have to say, I'm really impressed. Volvos a few years ago, and that's also something you can fight about, but before Geely, the Chinese bought Volvo here in Sweden, everyone was, oh no, then the Volvo will be a Chinese car and it will not be as good as it was before. But actually, if you look at Volvos before the Chinese, Geely bought them, they had quite old style cars. Okay, you can say it's Scandinavian design, but for me, they were just ugly. If you think about the Volvo V70, for example, before the V90 came, quite an ugly car. So I like the new Volvos also from the inside. They are modern, they are nice to look at, they're nice to touch, nice to drive. Yeah. But the old ones, they were behind the time. When you were sitting in a BMW, when you were sitting in a Mercedes, and then you went into the old V70, Jesus, that was a big difference. Nowadays, Harman Kardon, sound system, touch display, fully digital cockpit display. There's nothing you're missing. Volvo decided that they will not have a car that drives faster than 180 kilometers an hour. Which in my eyes, okay, if you think about the environmental perspective, it's not necessary to drive faster. There's actually only one country I know of where you can drive as fast as you want and don't get punished for it. Because actually in every country you can drive as fast as you want, but if the police catches you, ouch. So in Germany, 180, if you ask me, is not enough. I'm a petrol head. If you haven't seen the video with the GLC 63S, check it out on my channel. So 180 would not be good for Germany, but I think most of the other countries 130, 110, 120 is the normal speed on the highway. It's fine. So this is it for today. We test drove the XC90, we looked inside out, nice car, huge car, 7-seater, 390 horsepower, really nice. I hope you liked it. Just in comparison, this is the XC90 and this is the XC40. It looks small right next to it. Yeah, but if you like what I'm doing, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, so I can do much more for you. See you until next time. Bye bye.